Hello everyone, welcome to this session of the workshop. I'm happy to have you back here. How are you doing? How are you coping? And how are you finding the first session? I hope you have been able to go through it, have lots of critical thinking and able to define your brand. Well, without wasting much time, we're going to move into this session, which is defining your brand position. Now that you have been able to come up with the particular human brand you want to put out there, where do you position this brand? How do you have a strong foot in the market in the sea of many competitors? It also still boils down to clarity. Like I say, and I will always say, clarity always sells. So if you need to sell anything, you need to be very specific with who you are selling to. You need to understand your what, you need to understand your who, you need to understand your why, how, and all of that. If you follow me on LinkedIn, you would know that I talk a lot about being specific, being specific in copy, being specific in your message, and everything you are doing. So this is no different, and I would just like to take you through this document where I am bringing in the brand positioning document onto Google Sheet, because this is the same Google Sheet you're going to be developing your calendar, and I want you to always see this whenever you are trying to create a content. So it just gives you this memory of, wait, let me check, does this align with my goal? Does this align with my mission? Does this align with my vision? Does this align with my target audience and everything I am trying to incorporate? So I brought this particular workbook onto Google Sheets so we can have it side by side with our content calendar. And so I'm going to move through taking you through what you are supposed to do, which is audience research. This is a very strong point, and it's something that I expect that you spend a lot of time on, because you need to be very clear on who you are servicing. Before we go up to this point, I want to assume that you have a niche. If you don't, you have to pick one, because you have to know who you are servicing, who you are working for. Do you want to work for coaches? Do you want to work for creatives? Do you want to work with the health industry, hospitality industry, lifestyle brand? Who is your target audience? You need to be very specific, and in choosing your target audience, you are already choosing a niche. This is not something for you to fret about. It's not something I expect you to waste a million years on. Your niche will always change. I've worked in finance, I've worked with investment banks, I've worked in tech, I'm working with hospitality and lifestyle brands. Now tomorrow I may wake up and say I'm changing to SaaS. So your niche can always change. Do not waste too much time on it, but you have to come up with something. Because once you understand this framework, it is easy to apply it to every other thing you would be doing henceforth. So you just want to know who is your target audience? Who is your dream audience? And so I want to take you through this customer persona I have here. If you go to HubSpot and every other customer persona workbook, it's more detailed. It's more detailed, where you have to put in age, background, qualifications, and all of that. But I have tried to compress it into this little one, because this is just a 3-day workshop. As much as I want to take you through every nitty-gritty of it, there is just so much we can do in 3 days. So I have compressed it to have a name, a title, who they are. This is where you really have to go into your research mode and come up with something. I'm not sure you want to imagine this part. You can even take a survey in the market. Ask people around. This is the market you want to enter. Create questionnaires and send out to people. Get real data, get real insight, what people are actually facing, what are people's problems, so you can know where to position yourself and how to come up with it. From this example you are seeing here, I try to carve out something where, for example, let's use this hospitality brand I am trying to work for. But this is really not my customer persona, it's just an example. And the name is Bella. No, I want to change this name to Ben. It can be anything. I just want to change this name to Ben. So the name of this person is Ben. Who is this person? It's a hotel manager, or a CEO of a hotel, or a hoteler, or an owner of a lifestyle brand, shoe, fitness kit, and all of that. Owner of something, or a CEO. This gives me clarity because for someone like me who is building my personal brand on LinkedIn, I could easily go to my search bar and look for this type of people. So if I know this person is a hotel manager or a hoteler or whatever you do in the hospitality or travel space, I could easily narrow down to search these kinds of people to be my connection. So you need to be clear. What position does this person handle? And then who are they? So for me, I defined this is where you have to put in their age, background, demography, likes, what food do they like. And something I came up with was he's 55 years old, he's from the United Kingdom, he lives with his family in Houston, he loves golf and loves the beach view. He's passionate about creating luxury experiences for customers. His wife is a chef. So these little details may not be something you think you need, but in subsequent time when I'm trying to write a content and I'm putting in these little details of the person of specific these little specific details, this person, whoever the person may be, would know, oh, this is really me. Oh, this is really me. You want your content to resonate with one particular person, so you need to have a frame of that person in mind. So what is this person's specific problem? Low visibility. He has a hotel, or he has a hospitality establishment, but he doesn't have the visibility he needs. And he's tight on digital, his budget is tight on digital marketing, because let's be honest, there's so much you can spend on digital marketing where you have an establishment that has a lot to go into creating the actual experience. You have housekeeping, you have staff to pay, you have all your products, all your services are not online. None of your services, most of your services are not even online. You just need a digital platform to give you visibility and to attract audience. So for these kinds of business, you would imagine, or you can understand that their whole budget will go into what really matters, which is creating the experience in that location. So another specific problem they may have would be bad website representation. What is their main goal? Where do I come in? What is really their pain? What is their problem? And their main goal will be to generate sales through their website, to generate bookings through their website. This will not be the only customer persona I have. You can have as much as 3, you can have as much as 5, but you have to be clear on who they are and what they do, where you come in, what is their specific problem. For this specific problem, I want you to give at least 3. One person cannot have just one problem that you're going to solve. I want you to think wide and give at least 3. These are examples I have put in here. When you are using these templates to create your brand positioning document, I need you to follow these steps and create at least 3 specific problems. And then what is their main goal? It could be main goal or main goals. Each problem can give you a goal, and one goal can solve 3 of the problems, however you want it to be. Please try to think wide and come up with something. Also, this is not just don't limit yourself to one customer persona. Have at least 3 customer personas in your head. Have at least 3 customer personas in your head. I want to give you an example of the same process I went through when I was creating this Afri copy workshop. Just the workshop, not the whole hub as a community. Just this 3-day workshop. It is a process you go through for as copywriters. This is a process we go through for anything you are trying to create. You need to be specific and you need to understand who you are servicing. So for the Afri Copy Hub, my who was where I wanted to ask who is this person I'm servicing. I gave a name, Philip. Philip is a male. Philip has a bachelor's degree. Philip is 25 years old. His relationship status is single. I'm reading this from a document I already made before. So relationship status is single, occupation creative freelance. What is his income? Maybe 100,000 per month. But what is his goal? So Philip's goal is to attract customers through their clients and have a steady flow of income as a freelancer. So what are the three specific challenges Philip is facing? One, the content strategy is not strong enough to establish him as a credible expert or authority in his field. Okay. Two, he runs out of ideas for content and so he is not consistent with posting and building a credible authority. Three, the engagement on his posts are low, so it does not motivate him so as he doesn't feel seen. If you are nodding to something like this right now, you would understand that I was specific enough about who I wanted to participate in this content strategy workshop. You need to know who you are marketing to. It informs every other copy you are putting out there. If you would notice in the posts I made that advertised this workshop, that nothing like this was inside. Nothing of these details came out. But I needed to know these things to inform. It was a basis for my copy. It was a basis for the post I made. So you need to be specific and understand what you are doing. Moving on now, if you have any question, we're going to take all your questions during the Q&A sessions. But I want this session to be brief so you can get to work ASAP. We have a Q&A session by 8:30 this evening. So now we are moving on to competitors research. Just the same effort you invested in your audience research, I want you to invest same effort in your competitors research. Your competitors are people who do exactly the same thing you are doing. So what is their name? But this one is not, you don't imagine here. You need to really go out and search. If you are building a brand on LinkedIn, I'm sure you have other persons doing exactly the same thing you are doing, giving the same offer you are giving. So you need to go and search them out. Who are they? What is the solution they offer? And what is their strong proposition? Why do people patronize them? What is the strong proposition they sell? You need to be clear on this, because when you don't know how you are different, when you don't know other people's strong points, you don't know how to differentiate yourself, you also will not know how to capitalize on their weak points to sell yourself. Competitors research, very important. So I want you to fill in these details. I put in 3 columns. It doesn't mean you have to limit yourself to 3 columns. Again, like I said, this is just a 3-day workshop. We can't do much. So I put 3 columns, but if you can go beyond 3, perfect, great, good for you. But for the sake of this workshop, I need at least 3 competitors from you. Put in their name, put in their solution, what they offer. It doesn't have to be exactly how you put yours, but put the solution they offer, because you want to be clear on what this person does. And please put in people that already have high traffic, people that your audience would naturally gravitate towards. Put in people of such caliber and put in their USP. What is their unique selling proposition? I need that. Then when you go to this other angle, you will see pairs. I put them side by side because your competitors are not exactly your peers. Your peers are people not doing the same thing as you do, but they have the same audience that you have. So let's say you are marketing to, let's say you are a fitness copywriter. Yes, let's say you're a fitness copywriter and you are selling, you sell gym wears. If you sell gym wears, that's just an example. People who sell slim teas, or people who sell dumbbells. People who sell dumbbells and all these other fitness products have same audience that you have, but they don't do the same thing you do. All of you are selling to the same audience. All of you are marketing to the same audience, but you are not doing exactly the same thing. Those people are your peers. Now, I need you to search out at least 3 people of such caliber. These are the people you want to be showing up on their content. These are the people you want to make friends with. These are the people you want to collaborate with a lot. These are the people you want to show up on their life, especially those who have gathered, who have built authority in that field, and they have gathered a lot of following because they have same audience you have. You just have to leverage on their platform, on their authority, or on their own. You have to leverage on their own brand to gain those, to attract the audience to you because you have same audience. And are you following me? I hope you are. And then finally, you go into your brand positioning. If you understand your who, your what, your how, your why. Yes, if you understand these 4 things, your USP should be very simple to come up with. When I say your who is, you have to be audience specific. Who are you servicing? Who are you selling to? When I say what, your what is offer specific. What are you selling? When I say how, it's process specific. What process do you go through to sell this thing? When I say how, when I say why, it means what is your unique selling proposition? Why should they choose you over others? If you need to understand more of this thing, I think I have made a post on this on my Facebook. I will link it in the description below so you can search for your who. You can, on the post I have made about this in the description below, feel free to go through it so you can be able to define your audience, define your process, define your channel, define your USP. So moving down to your brand positioning, I need you to be very clear on this. Your USP is just, I've given you a simple formula to come up with your unique selling proposition, and it's I help dash with dash achieve this through this. So you help your target audience with, you have to mention the specific problem they have, and that is where filling in this particular part becomes very important. You have to know their specific problem. You have to know what you are helping them to achieve. What is the end result? What is it? What do you actually offer? And then how do you offer it? So example I gave is, I help hospitality brands with no income generating website get a traffic / booking congested website through compelling copy and effective marketing. The second one, I had to craft a unique selling proposition for this workshop we did, and it is that AfriCopy Hub content strategy workshops help African creatives with no field authority learn a highly effective and personalized content marketing strategy and build a content calendar from scratch through immersive coaching and community accountability. I just applied this same framework to build these 2 unique selling proposition. It is not something that I think would be too difficult for you to come up with. I need you to edit this workbook and replace this place with your own. Then I'm sure the other ones are easy peasy. If you have gone through the past workbook, you should have your goal by now. You should have your mission statement, your vision statement, your core values, your colors, and your font. I need you to put all these things in your workbook. This is the sheet you are going to be submitting. This is this is the sheet you are going to be submitting at the end of this workshop, not the one you have done before. That is why I needed you to transfer the ones that really mattered into your brand essence sheet, because I want you to look at it whenever you're trying to create a content in your content calendar, which we'll be going on to next. I want you to be able to look at this page and ask yourself, does this content align with any of the things I have professed in this place? This is where the real hard work is. Once you are done with this and you're specific enough about your brand and your brand positioning, every other thing is easy peasy. I can't wait to see you up in the next video where I'm going to be teaching you how to build a content calendar. Thank you very much for participating in this workshop. I look forward to seeing your input at the end of the workshop. Take your time to go through this thing, and I will answer all your questions during our Q&A sessions by 8:30 p.m. today. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.